BMW G 310 GS review and price 2017. There is considerable pressure on the small displacement market, and all the major players are hard at work to populate the various genres with these mini mills. Since indoctrination is best when started young and manufacturers recognize the benefits of cultivating brand loyalty early, this all-important entry-level bracket is hotly contested, which makes me all the more curious what the Bavarians bring to the table as their BMW bait this year. Each of these rides displays flylines that leave little doubt as to which genre they belong. There are no ambiguities here, and even if some of the differences are subtle, they make for very dissimilar looking rides in their totality. A stripped down, naked look greets the eye, and the design meets the very definition of roadster in that every piece has a function and no weight or space is wasted on any purely decorative components. The differences between the R and GS versions are mainly apparent up front. A 19-inch front wheel leads the way for the GS with a fuller front fender and a bird's beak fairing for an extra bit of protection and that definite adventure bike panache. Atop the headlight we have a small fly screen that provides a bit of upper body protection, but obviously not as much as a proper windscreen. From there the fairing flows back into the fuel tank where the lines abruptly change to that of the Roadster, and the familial connection becomes obvious. Tubular steel members make up the bridge-type frame, and a bolted-on subframe completes the standing structure with a yoke-style swing arm to articulate for the rear suspension. A coilover shock mounted centrally above the swing arm pivot comes only with the obligatory preload adjustment, and the inverted 41 mm forks up front come with no adjustments at all. I realize that tunable suspension components cost a pretty penny, but it would still be nice to see some of that tech trickle down to the bottom end. Just saying. Brake components, however, are consistent across the board with an opposed piston, 4-pot caliper to bite the single, 300mm front disc, and a piston and anvil caliper binding the 240mm rear disc. BMW's proprietary ABS prevents loss of traction due to overbraking, and as much as I think it important for new riders to feel all the forces at work, I recognize that the new of riders today may literally never ride a bike that doesn't come with ABS and that the skill set is undergoing a natural evolution. And yes, in case you're wondering, I can drive a stick shift in a four-wheeled vehicle. No matter where you land on that argument, I think we can all agree that any feature that increases safety is good. Output is decent at a claimed 34 horsepower at 9,500 RPM with 21 pound-feet of torque coming on at 7,500 RPM. BMW's quality shows up all over the mill, but there is no way around that one lung vibration, so you can expect that to be present, even if muted. A multi-disc wet clutch marries the mill to the 6-speed, constant mesh transmission, and I gotta say that much like the vanilla suspension, I'm a little disappointed at the lack of a slip and assist clutch, at least on the R model. I get that they're more expensive than a standard clutch, but such features are going to find their way to the bottom eventually, and somebody has to be first. Price to move in the entry-level market. The 2017 G310R rolls for $4,750, but as of this writing the price on the GS is still TBA. Thanks for watching.